out of the University of Washington. The 8th overall selection takes over for Matt Hasselbeck. And they give us to Johnson, Chris Johnson, gang tackle. So for Jake Locker, it is his NFL debut.
I really liked him coming out. Played a lot of football at the University of Washington. My old quarterback coach, Steve Sarkisian, was his head coach, and he came from a pro-style offense. Great athlete. That's the thing that they talk about when you look at Jake Locker. He can make the throws, big, strong arm, but he can also pull it down and run and use his legs, and very smart player as well. So I think he's in a great situation, Marv. He's playing behind Matt Hasselbeck, who
5 pounds.
Seems to get bigger every time you turn around.
Once again, the handoff. Chris Johnson out near the 45. He picked up 6, met by Miquel Jackson. Browns had called a timeout just a moment ago. They called their second timeout, so they have 1 remaining. Coming up on 3.5 remaining in this 4th quarter. Coming up, time permitting, after the game, the NFL Today update presented by Verizon. Join JB, Dan, Chad, and Boomer and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights.
And this is valuable experience for a player like Jake Locker, even late in the game when you're handing the ball off. The ability to get in there, call plays in the huddle, go through the cadence of the snap count, direct traffic.
And again, he hands it off to Johnson. Picks up the first down. TJ Ward, the strong safety, on the tackle. 6 more for Johnson, so 21 carries, 98 yards for Chris Johnson.
Yeah, it's good to see Chris Johnson get going a little bit. Marvin, the thing that I do know is we talked about plays behind a very good offensive line. Experience, the group that's played a lot together, and I think it always helps when you have 2 really solid tackles in Ruse and Stewart, but I think this is the strength of this offense. Matt Hasselbeck has had plenty of time to sit back there and make some good throws, and it's just this Chris Johnson just needs more reps, more work with this group in the running game, and boy, they got a chance to be a very good offense.
And as you saw, he has matched his total over the first 3 games. Browns just used their final timeout, and here is Johnson going for the century mark. Fujita on the tackle. Well, Chris Johnson picked up 3, so it is 101 yards for the day for Johnson as we come up on 3 minutes to play in what has been a non-competitive game. It's been all Tennessee. 25th career 100-yard game. And the question is, what can Chris Johnson do from here as we look down the road for Tennessee? Next week they play the Steelers in Pittsburgh, and then they have their bye week. Again, it's Johnson. Bye week followed by home games against Houston, Indianapolis, and then Cincinnati.
Yeah, they only completed 10 balls today. Matt Hasselbeck, 10 of 20, but they were for 220 yards. And you were concerned about how this offense would respond without Kenny Britt. Tight ends, I thought, were a big story. Of course, getting Chris Johnson going was the key.
And we have hit the 2-minute warning. Titans 31 of the Browns 13. For the Titans, their first trip to Cleveland since back in 2005. And they will stop the road losing streak at 6. Here is Walker looking to throw his first NFL pass off the mark. Incomplete, intended for Nate Washington. For the Titans, it'll be their first road victory since last October 18th at Jacksonville. Cleveland out of timeouts. Brett Kern will punt for a 6th time. Titans will go to 3-1. Nice start for the new head coach, Mike Munchak. Browns will drop to 2-2, losing at home for the 2nd time. And Matt Hasselbeck does not hit the 300-yard mark, but as you said, Rich, just an outstanding game. Very efficient, 10 for 20, 220 yards. Fair catch by Cribbs. 3 touchdowns and the 1 interception.
Yeah, he's been really good and great addition in free agency.